I'd like to thank CPJ for this important award. It embodies the fight for freedom and human rights for all, regardless of color, gender, economic, or material status. The Khartoum government follows a cruel ISIS-like system to suppress freedom of expression and freedom of the press. Journalists are arrested, beaten, and threatened with death. The security service controls everything and harass newspapers and other media. In January and February, 15 journalists were arrested because of their coverage of anti-inflation demonstration in Khartoum. Some of the same journalists were later questioned simply for meeting with EU ambassadors in Khartoum. A Sudanese blogger living in Saudi Arabia, Hisham Ali, was extradited in May and handed to Sudanese security for talking online about corruption in the security service. These are all daily violations that show the grip of the security service on the press. The latest of these violations is the forcing of editors by the state to sign a press code that mandates self-censorship. The regime practices these horrific violations against press freedom to conceal its crimes and widespread violations of human rights. It blocks journalists' ability to transmit information and facts about murder and rape in Darfur and the Nubian mountains, about the vast corruption of the government officials and the complete collapse of basic services like education, health, and the environment. The security service also banned reporting on violations of religious rights or women's rights by enforcing public order and social laws. Sudan today is one of the worst countries to live in, despite its abundant resources and wealth. Journalists in Sudan are in the front line against the regime. They are the primary source of information for society. I hope the world will pay attention to their operation. Thank you all.